Hello, my name is Madeleine Poitras, and I'm a senior in the Multimedia Communications program at Blackstone Valley Tech. I currently serve as the state president for SkillsUSA Massachusetts, and today I'm going to be discussing how to apply your workplace skills to advocacy and marketing. Workplace skills are the part of the SkillsUSA framework that deal with leadership in a professional setting. But these skills, such as teamwork, multicultural sensitivity and awareness, and planning, organizing, and management, can be used anytime and anywhere. So today, I'm going to talk about how to apply these skills in a marketing context. There are so many situations that require strong marketing skills. Through your time in SkillsUSA and in the workforce, you'll need to market yourself, your chapter, the activities your organization holds, your skills, and so much more. Communication, which is an element of workplace skills, is a huge factor in marketing. You have been developing your communication skills for your entire school career. And if you're a SkillsUSA member, you're especially aware of these skills. Every time you present in class, send an email, or even post on social media, you're sharpening your communication skills. Marketing is all about communicating what you have to offer. So, if you have sharp communication skills, you'll have a great time marketing. To improve your communication skills, try challenging yourself to communicate in ways that you normally wouldn't. Instead of sending someone a long text, you could ask if they're available to talk on the phone. Instead of turning your microphone off during Zoom calls, try to actively engage in the conversation. First, we're going to talk about marketing on social media. The 3 points I'm going to discuss are being concise, making your posts and graphics easy to read, and posting just enough to keep your audience engaged. When posting on social media, there's probably a lot of information you want to share on marketing. You probably have a lot of skills or information that you want to share with your audience, but the most important thing is to be concise. Use as few words as possible to get across your point in a grammatically correct and professional way. Instead of writing 10 words, try to write 5. Because the average social media user has a short attention span and not a lot of time. You really want to grab their attention and keep it, because before you know it, they'll be scrolling on to the next post. Something else really important that you want to focus on is making your posts easy to read. Similar to the last point, this is all about grabbing your audience's attention. All the important information should be big enough and bright enough against the background for everyone to read, even if they're holding their phone at a long distance. You have no idea if your audience has trouble reading or seeing, or maybe even just has a super cracked screen, and you want everyone that sees your post to be able to get all the necessary information from it. And the last point is posting just enough to grab your audience's attention. You might want to post once a week or a couple times every week, but you should have a pretty rigid schedule that you stick to. For example, last year, SkillsUSA Massachusetts alternated between Framework Fridays and Fashion Fridays every Friday on our Instagram page, and that schedule helped our members rely on our posting. If you don't post often enough, your audience might forget you exist altogether because they won't see your posts enough. But if you post too often, like multiple times every day, then your audience will be inundated with your posts and they might have to unfollow you. So make sure to only post maybe once a day or once a week so that your audience doesn't feel overwhelmed, but they're still engaged with your content. Now we're going to talk about in-school advertising. There are plenty of different ways to advertise within your school, such as your announcements or your school newspaper. The first thing you have to do when planning your in-school advertisements is to speak with your school administration. Maybe you can go straight to your principal or even start talking with your SkillsUSA chapter advisor about advertising within the school. But no matter what, you're going to need help from administration and teachers to get this plan going. When creating your advertisements, the number one thing you want to focus on is grabbing your students' attention, just like social media. You all know what it's like to be sitting in class listening to the announcements, just waiting for them to be over so you can go on to your classes. You're going to have to work really hard to grab all these students' attention, which brings us to our last point in the in-school marketing section. To keep your marketing relevant and interesting. These students want to hear about opportunities that are relevant to them as students and are tailored to their interests. You can target a specific group of students, maybe a shop or a certain club, and appeal to the things that they as a group are interested in to grab their attention further. Those are the points you should focus on when advertising within your school. Lastly, we're going to talk about marketing on a local level. This includes your local newspaper, TV station, or radio station. The first thing you always have to do when looking at options for advertising locally is do a lot of research. The last thing you want to do is reach out to the wrong radio station or TV station and come across as unprofessional. Something else you should remember when looking into advertising locally is casting a wide net. Last year, as the SkillsUSA Massachusetts state reporter, I tried for months to find us an opportunity to go on local advertising. Most of the places I reached out to didn't work out, and I was really glad that I cast a wide net so I could find some opportunities to choose from. When talking with these businesses, you have to remember to be professional. These are adults working in the industry, and you can't expect them to accommodate to your student perspective. You have to always be willing to rise up to their level and be professional. And the last and most important thing with reaching out to local media is to be persistent. You can't just shoot one email and wait for them to take charge. These are busy professional people, and the ball is always in your court for scheduling and responding and taking care of business. If you're not persistent, it's likely the opportunity will fall through because these local media organizations are really busy and have a lot of opportunities coming in and out all the time. Those are the main points you want to focus on when contacting local media. Personally, I reached out to plenty of different radio and news stations in my area, and I ended up taking a few other officers on Milford TV. We interviewed with one of their staff to talk about SkillsUSA Massachusetts, and the interview aired on local television. Though it was difficult to get the interview started and a lot of opportunities that I reached out to didn't work out, it was definitely worth it in the end, and I definitely recommend looking into local media advertising. Across each and every platform, marketing is just as simple as communication. When you have strong communication skills and you can make those skills versatile, you'll be able to market yourself very well. This has been a workplace skills video on the SkillsUSA Massachusetts YouTube channel. Again, I'm Madeleine Poitras. Thank you for watching.